Have you ever been on a team, any team, waterfall, agile, who cares? And it just feels like Groundhog Day. I mean, the same stuff happens day after day. It feels like there's this hamster wheel, and guess who is the star rodent? Yes, that's us. I mean, you start off really motivated, but after 5 iterations, 8 iterations, 10 iterations, it's almost as though our motivation is burning down as the iterations are going up. What's wrong? I mean, we're doing everything right. We have the right ceremonies in place, the right activities and the outcomes, but I just don't feel alive. The team doesn't feel alive. Or worse, we don't even ask that problem. So what should we do? Welcome to SAFe in the Real World video series. I'm Ahmed, Syed, and today I want to talk to you about the product manager role and its impact on bringing that purpose back into the Agile Release Train and into the team as well. So briefly, what does a product manager do in the scaled Agile project? Well, the first thing that they do is they define what the Agile Release Train does in the form of a feature backlog. If you look at the SAFe big picture, you'll see that they sit at the second tier, that's the program tier of the scaled Agile big picture. And if you see that they are responsible for the feature backlog. But in addition to that, they are responsible for continuously adapting to the market and the business forces and the changes that are coming through from all these different places, and to feed those through to the Agile Release Train. So they're essentially building the right thing at the right time. But actually, I wanted to talk to you about this role because it really is so much more than that. I mean, years ago I was working for a large energy company, and we were working on this pension system. It was a large legislative change, and we had been working at this for some time, and sure enough, after some time, guess what? We started to feel that grind that I'd been discussing. I mean, we're delivering stuff, but you could see that the energy and the motivation started to wane under the intense pressure of delivery. Sound familiar? I mean, here's the problem. We were getting up in the morning, and what was our purpose? Our purpose was to add yet more code to thousands of lines of code of an already large pension system. I mean, not very inspiring in itself, and we started to feel it wearing down. Now, our product manager did something really amazing. Rather than just talking about functionality and features as you may normally expect, she started to talk about why we needed to do this. So she went away and she actually talked to the end users. She came back with stories of pensioners who realized that this was a large change and that there was a chance that they wouldn't get their pension if we didn't make the changes on time. And they were terrified. And she communicated that to us, and she gave us drive, and she actually gave a face to our problem. She humanized it. It was no longer about adding just more lines of code to this behemoth system. You know, it wasn't about that. It was about making real difference to real people's lives in the real world. So I ask you, if you are a product manager, what suffering are you alleviating? What impact are you having? Whose life are you changing? Now, it doesn't have to be as big as the example that I gave, but even if you're making somebody's life at work better, their work life better, you know, if they are doing some task that you're improving, or some business process that you're making a massive difference to, that's actually improving the quality of life of your fellow colleagues or employees or users, that's noble. That's something that can be inspiring if it's communicated in the right way to the teams. It's a shift from just the technology and the features to bringing a greater human element to it. Otherwise, you know, when we wake up in the morning and the first thing you think of, oh, I don't know, it's just another day, same old stuff. And she shifted us from that to we will do whatever it takes to get this system out on time, because people are relying on us. The elderly folks that are relying on us for their livelihood. And once the team got that, game changer. I mean, it turned from a team that was, yeah, sure, delivering stuff, to a team that was productive at the highest level. To the extent that there were literally hardly any bugs or any issues that when the product went live on time, to the extent where we had to actually slash the support staff because it just wasn't needed. Now that didn't come from a shift in emotion, from a shift in process. It came from a shift in emotion, a shift in purpose, and a shift in meaning. So that's what I want to talk about now. So one of the most important things that a product manager can do to actually help the team is to bring that meaning. And the first point that I want to call out is to say meaning matters most. Meaning matters most. Now the second thing that a product manager must focus on, as I've already alluded to, is make sure that the outcome is crystal clear. So frequently I look at teams where their goals and their outcomes are just not clear. And when we're working at an Agile Release Train level, remember the impact. Your impact is so much more. You could be impacting up to 12, and in practice even up to, I mean, I've worked on up to 16 teams, so significantly large number of people. Be really clear on what the outcomes are. Make sure that the vision and the features that you're actually putting together are absolutely clear, so that there is no question about what it is we're doing, why we're doing it, what's our purpose. And finally, I want to talk about building in evaluation into what it is you're doing. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that if you've got a feature, ask yourself, right, this is the functionality that I want, but what functionality do I need to put into this so that I can evaluate how well this meets its objectives? If you've got a feature which is there to improve conversions of a customer, then build in that functionality so that that data is available. Build in that evaluation mechanism into your feature so that you can close the loop on that. Okay, so that is how a great product manager would learn to move their team. So your takeaway from this video is very simple. To move your team, meaning matters most. I'll say that again. To move your team, meaning matters most. So, hope you found that useful. Please sign up for similar SAFe in the Real World weekly tips on www.sprintzero.com and get access to information that truly is unique and not available anywhere else on the web. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.